yes. Welcome to the Grapevine. It's me again. Your boy filling in for Manan Sabir. Don't go anywhere. Filling in for Manan. It's your boy Ray Nitty, man. Just filling in shortly for Manan Sabir on the Grapevine. On the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. We'll try to do this like Manan do it. Today, we're going to be talking about power, y'all. Power, the power of the people. I really don't know what we're going to be talking about on here while we fill in for Manan. But we thank y'all for that. If you're just joining us, we thank everybody that was tuning in to the lunch break as we get into the Grapevine. We had Jordan Roman on the show, man. I think that was very, very, very refreshing for Jordan, actually. I mean, not for Jordan, for Truth, I should say. Because a lot of people was super engaged, man. People that's, they be difficult with me, but they loved Roman. And I don't think they really wanted Jordan to answer to what they was asking in the chat. 833-212-1017. That's the number to dial. 833-212-1017 is the number to dial. Jazz, what up, cuz? Filling in for Manan till bro get here. We are going to talk. It's the governor's race. It's assembly race. It's a lot going on in the city. It's a lot going on in the town, man. And I guess I'm going to use this time to talk about what I want to talk about. And y'all know how I feel. Tomorrow is a very, very important day. It's a very important day. And I know a couple of our listeners probably wasn't reading in between the lines of what Brother Jordan Roman was saying. It was something he said particularly that stood out to me. He said more than 50% of the kids, and somebody asked, where is that stat from? That was a good question. I need to verify it, but Jordan shared with us. I think he said he got it from Ken, didn't he? From Ken, is he talking about Ken Harris, I'm assuming? I'm assuming that because Ken is usually a very factual person. Shouts out to Dr. Ken Harris. He said more than 50% of the kids, of our black kids, attend choice schools. More than 50%. He also said something that stood out to me as well. He said that now it's slipping my mind. More than 50% of our kids go to choice schools. And he also said that, people on the doors. The neighbors on the doors said they can't wait for MPS to get their stuff in order. So when you got people saying, they'll remove or end choice program, where does that leave the other 50% of the kids? We sent them back to, and nobody never said we should not fully fund Milwaukee Public Schools. Nobody never said that. I know I only said we can't fully fund something without reforming it first. I know that's what I said numerous times. But Brother Jordan Roman came on here and said it so eloquently that I feel like we need to clip that up and use that. Families are saying they can't wait for MPS to get their stuff together. I got kids in both. I had kids in MPS. I say kids like I just got a whole bunch of them. I got 2 kids, by the way. I only got 2 kids. MPS and voucher, choice, all of these different things. We explored it. We explored different places because we wanted a good education for our kids that'll put them in a better position. And I think both options was amazing. My son is doing great right now. My daughter did amazing in school. but we did research on the schools. So I just want y'all to know how important tomorrow is. Don't let anything deter you from going and casting your vote tomorrow. Do not let anything deter you from going and casting your vote tomorrow. You also need to take somebody with you to vote. Take somebody with you, please. Beyond the governor race is so much on the table. There's a lot on the table, and I was not right. I was wrong when I thought the referendum was on this ballot, but it's not on this ballot. It's on the general. It's on the general election. For me, when I vote for somebody, I want to know that they be able to get the job done. I want to know that it's not just going to be stagnant leadership. These are things I want to know. And if somebody hasn't shown the ability to get things done, why would I give them a raise to the highest office? In 6 years, if you only got one thing done in 6 years, you can't just, sweet talk your way to a raise. No. You got to show the ability to get stuff done. Work with others in a purple state. You got to show the ability to get things done. And when you have not gotten it done, what else am I supposed to believe? That you're going to get it done now? No, I don't believe that. I'm going to believe what I've been seeing. And then now we could touch on this establishment stuff a little more too. Let's say Hong is the person in the general. I think we're about to get a surprise tomorrow. But let's say Hong does win. I still think Crowley is about to win. I think it's going to be a close race, but I think Crowley pulls it off. Let's say Hong wins, though. Let's say she does, right? How does she get stuff done? Al, we got Al online. Al, how you doing, man? I didn't mean to not take your call last hour. We just had a lot going on.
Oh, that ain't no problem. I think we got to stop being stupid. Number one, when you bring up the potholes, anything in the city is always going to be make a fix because they're never going to fix it right. Number two, we know the establishment means black people. We already know that. And some people who say it doesn't mean that, that's because deep down in your heart, you know what it means. But here's the one thing people don't pay attention. She said she wanted to make sure trans rights is okay. She's not even really talking about trans rights. She's talking about white men. Because when I be at the gym, the only people we see going in the women's locker room is white men. So she's talking in code. So when you talk about the Jerry Butterfucos, the Ron Jeremys, you remember that movie Give Me a Break?
I said the wrong name. I ain't mean to say Ron Jeremy. I don't know why my mind Ron Jeremy.
Well, I meant to say that. But those are the people that's going in the women's bathroom. So when she said trans rights, she's really talking in code to white men. So we cannot dumb ourselves down. See, you have to understand, a lot of Asians are not really cool with blacks, but they're more cool with whites. So she have her way of talking when she say her stuff. Now, if she really wanted to be about something, she could have said, I want to do more expunging and pardon because now you're catering to everybody. Mm-hmm. But when you use the establishment or you say trans rights, you're catering to white men. And I know a lot of these listeners is not paying attention to that. Nobody's stupid. But isn't it funny how they hate black people, but every time they want something in their vessel, who they trying to come to? Have a great day, everybody. Happy Monday. Bye-bye.
Man, shouts out to Al. Yeah, man, I miss said a name. I was trying to say Ron Johnson, and I accidentally said Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy is not who we talking about, people. I apologize.
But even then, it wasn't Ron Johnson. It was the Ron Burgundy or Purgundy.
Oh yeah.
The read the script.
Ron Burgundy from the script part. I was thinking about who our bro lost to. That was Ron Johnson. But you're right. In that context, I was talking about Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. And the wrong name came out. And now it's came up twice in less than an hour. So there it is. Shouts out to everybody on the chat tuned in with us right now, man. 833-212-1017 is the number to dial. 833-212-1017 is the number to dial. It's Ray Nitty filling in from a 9 on the Grapevine, man. We're just picking some grapes, man. We just picking some grapes. And with grapes, we make jelly. And with jelly, we add peanut butter. Babar, how you feeling? How you feeling, man? The establishment talk, right? I saw a lot of people talking establishment this, establishment that, establishment this, establishment that, right? And I said it on the last show. Sure, the word establishment is not the slur. It's what comes after the word establishment when speaking about county executive. Massa's establishment puppet on Massa's lap. Y'all see it. Y'all see some of it in the chat. Y'all see it. So to act like that's not happening, when you take a position and just say, oh, it's not a slur, and you ignore everything after it, that says a lot to me, man. As if you don't see it. As if you don't see it. And then to just be coming at somebody because something didn't go your way, that's morgue activity. That's acting like a morgue. You can not like somebody. That's cool. But to discredit them because of that, that's what morgues do. And now about this establishment thing again. Like I was saying, let's just say she does happen to get through. She gonna want that establishment to come through with the bag. She gonna need the establishment to come through to push voters. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't deal with the establishment. Everybody's so anti-establishment till it's time to get in line and ask for help. Then it's like, oh, we all need to rally. We all need to rally around the person that's winning. We should get behind. No, get behind the person that's most qualified. Start there. Not the one that's selling dreams, not the one that's been ineffective. I don't know. But don't go anywhere, y'all. This is Ray Nitty filling in from a 9 on the Grapevine on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Our leaders need to stand up to Trump and Tom Tiffany, but Francesca Hong's record is a distraction we can't afford. Bizarre rants against holidays, from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day, calls to defund the police, voting against protecting kids from sexual predators. We can't trust Francesca Hong to defend the progress we've built in Wisconsin. Call Francesca Hong at 608-266-5342 to say her record hurts us. Paid for by Wisconsin Future Rising.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
What up, y'all? Welcome. This is your boy Ray Nitty filling in for Manon on the Grapevine. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Babar, Jasmine. Man, everybody that's joining us, man. 833-212-1017 is the number to dial on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. We just talking, man. We just talking till your hostess with the mostest get here. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day. Election day in Wisconsin. They saying numbers going to be down. They saying turnout is going to be down. I think we about to surprise people and turnout going to be up. I got to speak it into existence. Sherwin. I got to speak it into existence. If you missed the lunch break, we had Brother Jordan Roman. It was an amazing interview, actually. It was an amazing interview. Shannon asked some amazing questions, and I just love the answers that he gave because he said it so eloquently in ways that I've been passionately trying to say. And, you know, I've gotten called coon ass B, idiot, foolish, dumb, ignorant, just an entertainer. All of these things, right? From folks supporting the other side, which is cool. I've never once said anything disrespectful. Never once said anything, rude. Only asked one question. A very fair question. What is the plan for black families in one of the worst places to raise black families in America? You would think that's a fair question to ask somebody who's wanting to take the highest seat of office in the state of Wisconsin, which is one of the worst places to raise black families. So you would think somebody would have a plan for that, right? And not just wave the punchlines in your face. Oh, we're going to ban data centers. We're going to raise teacher pay. We're going to fully fund MPS. All of these things was great. It was great. But what is the impact on black families? What was the impact on black families? Yes, we should raise teacher pay. We should raise the teacher pay. But you can't tell me, Manan just walked in. Manan.
Let's keep it going, man.
You can't tell me that raising teacher pay impacts black families as a whole. That's a very small percentage of jobs. How many teacher jobs even make up the jobs in Milwaukee County?
Man, that's a good question. I know a lot.
It's less than 5%.
Oh gosh,
less than 5%.
And I think a lot of teachers that are resigning now.
There you go, right? Because what, MPS needs to be what, reformed?
Right.
What good is what do you fully fund something that ain't been reformed yet? So we don't talk about educational reform for MPS. We just talk about the low-hanging fruit and fully fund MPS because that's what they think people want to hear. It's like, okay, yeah, raise teacher pay. We got to pay our teachers more. But that's not the answer to improving Wisconsin for black families. Very small percentage of people will be impacted by that. How many black people not even a teacher? So how? That's all I asked, Manan. I also asked questions like, what have somebody done? Could you imagine if we showed up in here once a year, Manan?
Oh, man.
Out of the 300 or whatever, ironically enough, I think if you take the weekends out, we might work 248 days or something. So ironically enough, imagine if we only showed up 1 out of 248 times to work. Yeah. We gonna ask to be GM of the station? No, you don't get a raise for lack of getting things done. When I vote for somebody, I look at track record. Can this person fight on my behalf? Can they get wins on my behalf? And if they can't, okay, I'm not voting for them before. But I'm not going to send you to the highest office with 0 wins.
Yo, that's crazy. We talking about somebody, ain't we?
We talking about Francesca Hong, and in 6 years in the assembly, she's gotten 1 bill passed.
Right.
Out in 6 years, out of 248 plus. In the same assembly, in three years, Crowley got like 6 bills passed in half the time with a way more crowded Republican assembly. But I have to defend, and people ask me, like, what has he done? And then I tell them what he's done. And then I ask them, what has she done? Then they can't tell me what she's done. They just keep telling me what she's going to do. So I don't like the double standard, bro. I'm tired of it, and I'm frustrated.
So with Francesca Hong, she really, without a great track record, isn't a great candidate for governor, and that's what you're saying.
I'm saying the work is not there.
Yeah.
The relationships is not there. Mr. Jordan Roman came on here and said, being in office and a position like that, you need to be able to have the relationships to get things done because Wisconsin is a purple state.
Yeah.
You got to work with Republicans and Democrats in order to get policies done.
Yep.
And in 6 years, she's only gotten one thing successfully through the Asian American Hmong education bill or something like that, which is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's needed. But you can't tell me that you fighting for on my behalf and people that look like me when you haven't done it.
In the polls, she's leading in the polls. Am I wrong?
She's leading in the polls. Absolutely. I also question, where did they poll? Who did they poll?
So I had a conversation about with someone about that. Like who did they poll and where did they poll? And we all know
it'd be outskirts.
A lot of black folks aren't necessarily taking the survey.
On, I've been voting since I was 18. Never got polled once.
Yeah.
Never got polled once. Not nobody in my house, my mama, everybody. I've asked them. Nobody I've known that lived like real inner city Milwaukee, not outskirts.
Right.
I ain't talking lakefront, Lake Drive, downtown. No. We not getting polled, bro. We're not represented in them numbers.
Right.
They not even campaigning to our neighborhoods.
I think this is our election special. Maybe we continue on for a couple more minutes after the break, because this is something that's very interesting, because the election is tomorrow.
Election is tomorrow.
We need to continue to having this conversation, at least as long as you are able to stay on.
Man,
but people need to know.
I got to meet somebody at this condo I'm working on, but
tell that person that
I will V-link in though.
Yeah,
I will V-link in.
V-link in, because I think people need to understand what's going on.
I do think it's important, and I think people need to ask real questions and stop buying into this facade and hype.
Right. And you're not saying. I think everybody, what Ray is saying is like, who's the better candidate? You're not. We think politics is personal. Politics is personal. It's like almost business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
It's business as usual. Hall may be a great person, but that doesn't mean that the great person, to you, is the right person for business.
For the job. That's it. Do I like some of the stuff she says? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But how attainable are these things? And I say that because none of them has been attained in the 6 years.
Mm.
They ain't even get a day on the floor. They ain't even getting a hearing.
Yeah.
So in 6 years, you can't even get these things that you're talking about. Nobody's listening to it.
Right. Whoa, this is deep.
So as governor, you still going to need relationships and people across both aisles to sign up for the things that you believe in.
Right.
So if maybe it's going to be some drastic change in the assembly coming up that I just don't know about, but I'm willing to bet that Wisconsin is probably still going to be majority Republican-led assembly.
Whew. And that's deep. That's really, really hard for black folks, especially in Wisconsin.
But
what does that mean? What does that mean for us if it's Republican-led?
I don't know what it means. I know they use it as an excuse for why she ain't got nothing done.
Mm.
But I go back to David Crowley's track record in the assembly when he was in assembly, not as county executive.
Right.
In the assembly.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 10 more Republicans in the assembly. She had like 53. He had 64.
Mm-hmm.
And he got 4 times the work done in half the time. Who got the relationships to get something done?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then to not have a real plan for black families in Wisconsin, that's a slap in the face.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
So what so I guess for the layman person in Wisconsin, when you talk about a Republican-led Senate, if we do have a Republican-led Senate, we wind up with this, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean for black folks? What if we had a Democrat-led Senate?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that we get more things imposed to us? Like, do we get more money, more scholarships, more grants?
Let me be clear.
Yeah.
That don't necessarily mean black people are just going to, get more.
Right.
But it makes it a little bit more easier to navigate the terrain if we have folks in our favor.
Right.
So the conversations probably could happen a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? If it's Democratic led.
Got it.
Now, Democrats still need to do the right thing
Mm-hmm.
and address Wisconsin being one of the worst places for black families.
Right.
But it's all about who can actually get it done. And I know from fact, this ain't nothing I'm just making up.
Right.
I saw somebody got quadruple the work done in half the time in a way more Republican-led assembly.
And you're just talking about mathematics. That's math.
It.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Math and actually getting work done. Don't go anywhere, y'all. This is the Grapevine with Manan Sabir and Ray Nitty to fill in. We'll be back after these messages.
Craving something fresh, fun, and absolutely delicious? Then head to Goody Gourmets, celebrating 20 legendary years of gourmet popcorn that's bursting with flavor. From sweet to savory and everything in between, every batch is handcrafted with premium ingredients made to bring joy to every bite. Stop by 6369 North Green Bay Avenue and discover why Milwaukee can't get enough of Goody Gourmets. Open Monday through Saturday. Treat yourself today at goodygourmets.com. Goody Gourmets. Fresh, delicious, legendary.
Milwaukee, have you ever lost power in a bad storm and then opened up a bill that was somehow higher than the month before? Or gotten a disconnection notice, fallen behind, and just couldn't catch up? We've been through a lot together. Now We Energies wants to raise rates again. The Public Service Commission is listening, and this is your chance. Comment now. Or come speak in person at Marquette University the first week of September. Learn more at walnutway.org.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way, improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Best equipped, best prepared troops refuse to fight. Matter of fact, it's safe to say that they would rather switch than fight.
Yes. Woo, man. That needs to ride, baby. Oh, my gosh. Thank y'all. Man, thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. Man, hey, look, the election is tomorrow. Go out and vote. Make sure you vote. If you don't vote, you won't count. You will not be counted if you don't vote. So welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. And we had to fill in Ray Nitty going crazy, going ham on them bars with the election. Man, he has a point. He has a point. So if you were here, tuned in, Ray was talking about David Crowley's record versus Rebecca Hong's record. And, you know, there's some things out there, man. Like, I think you have to look at when you're looking at trying to elect somebody, there are times when you got to look at the record. And the record is showing blaringly and blatantly. So let's see what happens. Hopefully David Crowley can beat the odds. And we'll see. We'll see. I gotta talk to y'all about something, man. Last week I told everybody that I was going on the fast. Yes, I did fast. But here's the truth. The other part of the reason why I was fasting is because the week prior or the days prior to me fasting on Friday, starting to fast, man, I was not feeling good. I wasn't feeling good. Feeling like I just couldn't wake up, couldn't move around. I mean, I was sluggish, everything. Just couldn't run, all that stuff. And I think if you as a man, you know, if you can't run around and make things happen, it's hard to go back home with the meat, baby. It is hard. So, yeah, I had you know, I was feeling bad and I started fasting. I challenged everybody last week. If you in the chat, I know we got a few people in the chat right now. If you were in the chat and you went out Friday and you did your thing, you fasted, did you actually fast? Baybar, did you fast? I know you were supposed to fast. Jasmine, Jazz West, I know it was a bunch of people that was supposed to fast. So I fasted. I did my thing. I think I had one time where I was able to eat kind of a regular meal. It was some seafood. It wasn't a lot, but you know, I got out and I did some kayaking. So what did you do? What did you do to fast? Did you cut social media? Did you cut TV out? What did you do to fast? 833-212-1017. Or what do you do to fast? What do you do to get rid of the crazies, right? What do you do to get rid of all that garbage that's inside of you? I'm of the contention that some of y'all just went back to the regular schedule. But if you are the superhumans and you did not, let me know because I want to hear from you. So I fasted from basically sun up to 12, and then I ate a little bit, maybe drank something, and then I stopped eating towards the evening time, like early evening. And I feel good. I feel better than I did last week. So, but there's still some lingering effects of just not treating my body right. And that fast is good. The fast was good, man. I feel like I'm on the right track, but I'm, you know, I can see if I mess up, I can backslide. So hopefully y'all did y'all thing, and you can wake up tomorrow, go out to the polls and vote. Hopefully you can wake up tomorrow, go out to the polls and vote. That's what you got to do. But let me ask y'all a question. So real quick, I want to ask y'all a question, but hold on. This is on the chat. Our chat is about to probably start waking up a little bit more. Baybar said, you didn't set the rules. You asked me to fast while I was eating 3 chicken wings with fried rice. Are you kidding me? You was eating 3 chicken wings. I didn't. So after you finish eating the 3 chicken wings, and the fried rice, did you stop eating? Now, if you stop eating for I told you the rules. I said the rules. I said the rules of the fasting is this. The Grapevine fasting rules are this. Wake up, don't eat until noon till about 6-ish. Then that's your window of eating. And then from 6 to 12 the next day, then you're not eating. Those were the rules. Does anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Let me know. This is if you recognize, if you just replayed it, yes, for 16 hours. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Come on. Work with me. I promise you, I'm gonna work with you. So my Grapevine crew, hopefully y'all did your thing. You fasted. Some people, a lot of times, if you are fasting, you don't know anything else. Just think about this. When you fast, your body starts to reverse in its age. Your body does not move forward in aging. It actually reverses in age. So, you know, if you got an extra, crow line in your face, that starts to like decrease by a little bit. If you have, you know, an extra ache in your back, that start to go away. But you gotta start fasting. This is really, really important. Some people heal their body through fasting by not eating for a long period of time. I know somebody who for people on the radio land, if you go to YouTube and then you type in Truth Radio and then look at our chat, these folks are actually absolutely going wild about. It's two people on here that are actually going back and forth about. One says the rules, then they say something about, yes, they did it for 16 hours, but that's the contradiction is I didn't set the rules, so I don't know what rules you were following. Another person says they cook protein, veggies, small carbs, lots of water, no fast food, and 2 briskets. There you go. 2 brisk walks. Okay, all right, cool. There you go. That's good. That's a part of the fast. I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you did what you had to do in order to make sure that you are fasting. Now let's try it again. We're going to try it again. Middle of the week, on Wednesday, we're going to do this again. We're going to fast again. All right? Not going to do it on Friday. We're going to do it in the middle of the week. I'm going to separate the days. Not going to be any predictable day. We're going to do it again on Wednesday. Matter of fact, when Wednesday come, be prepared. Here's the rules for the fast, for the Grapevine fast, so we can all be on message. Wake up. Don't eat until noon. From noon to 6, you can eat. All right? From 6 until the next day of noon, you are fasting. Does everybody have it? Hopefully you get it. There we go. Let's improve our health because health is wealth. And we'll be back. I'm going to talk to y'all about your grandmother's medical recipes and what they say about your family when we come back on the Grapevine in 3.
Milwaukee didn't wait for the state to fix its schools. Milwaukee built its own answers. Public charter schools, choice schools, schools where 100% of last year's Hmong American Peace Academy graduates were accepted to college. Francesca Hong wants to end that. Her plan would phase out school choice and shut down public charter schools, the very schools Black and brown families in this city rely on. On August 11th, vote for candidates who fight for our kids. Paid for by Leaders for a Better Community, Inc.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Yes, welcome back, and I'm your host, Manan Sabir, the Grapevine. Picking some more grapes. We're talking about fasting, and now we're going to talk about your grandmother's cures, your grandma's cures. I know everybody got a grandma. Everybody had that one grandma. A lot of people got that one grandma that root her all of her little recipes and cures, remedies, rooted from the South. So I got my grandma, both of them had all kinds of remedies. But first, I want y'all to know, if you are not locked in to the Grapevine Fast, please lock in to the Grapevine Fast. We're fasting again on Wednesday. I'm fasting. You can fast with me. This is my thing, right? I'm not advising you to fast, but if you want to join me, you are more than welcome to. However, this is my fast, and this is what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fast from sunup to noon. Between noon and 6, I'm going to eat. What I'm going to eat, I'm going to tell you real quick. I'm going to make a big avocado, cucumber, tomato, cilantro salad, all right? And I'm going to add probably some blueberries in there, and I'm going to eat it. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll probably add some other type of thing in there. I'm kind of odd, so I might add some sea moss in the mix. All right. I am going to juice. I am going to drink a gang load of water. That's my goal, is drink a lot of water. And then at 6 o'clock, I'm not going to eat. And then chill out. Then from 6 to noon the next day, I'm going to do it again. All right. Then I'll probably do something different. I'll probably, knock out a sweet potato and then add like some type of almond butter to it with maybe like some mushrooms, stuff like that. So I'm aiming, my goal is to make sure I have raw vegetables per every day. That's the goal. So hopefully y'all can join me on Wednesday. The reason why I'm doing it on Wednesday is because everybody says that I want to start something. I'm gonna start it on Monday. I'm gonna start working out on Monday. It's no such thing. Everybody says they're gonna start something on Monday, but not everybody completes it after Monday. You always start on Monday. But a lot of people do not complete it on Monday, after Monday. So let me ask you something before I even say good afternoon, like officially. What's the wildest cure that your grandmother ever swore by? What's the wildest cure that your grandmother ever swore by? Because mine had exactly 3 remedies for everything on God's green earth. And that was water, prayer, and you don't need to go to the doctor for that. That means like she had something for it. You don't need to go to the doctor for that. But that was my granddaddy too. My granddaddy actually was the medicinal guy. And I wasn't around my grandfather on my father's side, but he did a lot. He used to muddle dandelion and put it on certain wounds and stuff like that. So majority of the kids didn't really go to the doctor for a long period of time. Yeah. So my grandmother had plenty of stuff, man. But what did your grandmother have? What did your grandmother what did your grandmother do for you when you were sick? Did she knock out? What was her remedy? I want to know from people out in the land, on the grapevine land. We're gonna pick some grapes today with your grandmother's cures. What did your grandmother have for you when you were younger, when you were sick? 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. Talk to me. Tell me what type of, was it a little bit of foolishness? Was it a little bit of genius? Talk to me. Tell me what you had, what happened with your grandma. Because I know that when you get sick as a child, what did grandma reach for first? What did your grandmother actually reach for first? Vaseline. Yes. Vaseline. Honey and lemon, ginger, tea, Vicks. If you were younger and you got sick, chest cold, whatever, something with your lungs, what was your grandmother putting on your chest? Vicks. If you had a bad stomach ache and you were constipated, what were you putting in your body? Castor oil, straight up. You were putting castor oil on inside of your body. You're taking a teaspoon of castor oil. Or if your body was hurting, or you, like, some people had the flu, so they use Epsom salt, a bag of Epsom salt, put that in the water. Also greens, like the pot liquor. The pot liquor is everything. The pot liquor. So make sure, tell me what was, or that mystery bottle in the cabinet. Everybody's grandmother had the mystery bottle in the cabinet. Everybody had the mystery bottle in the cabinet. All the black grandmas, our black grandmas turned the kitchen into urgent care. Like, for real. Like, the kitchen was the urgent care. If your body wasn't broke, guess what will be happening to you in the kitchen? In the kitchen, she'll pull out that honey. She'll pull out that real potent honey, the honey that that got the crust on the side. That's that honey. Or she makes something out of ginger and whatever else, like shaved fresh ginger and honey, and that have you eat it up or whatever. The grandma will have a salt water for sore throat. Who did that though? Oh my gosh, that was the worst. Salt and water, and mix that stuff up and taking it, like gargling with that. So nasty. Super nasty. So who has the best grandma remedy in the Grapevine Nation? Who has the best grandma remedy in the Grapevine Nation? Chicken noodle soup is easy. Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Chicken noodle soup. Prunes. I hope people know what prunes are used for. Sweet potatoes and greens for constipation. So if you're constipated and if you need fiber but want something to come out of you really, really good, then you'd eat some prunes. You'd have some sweet potatoes and greens for constipation. So grandma might not have said gastrointestinal health, but that food did. That food definitely did. She probably would say, like, your grandma would probably say, you need some greens. You need some green collard greens and green sweet potatoes and green peas, oatmeal and fruit and prunes, all that. All of it. Oatmeal. I do remember this. Oatmeal for itchy skin. Not the oatmeal in the lotion bottle, but oatmeal for itchy skin. I do remember that. Wow. That was a long time ago, man. That was a long time ago. Petroleum jelly, nope, nasty though. Petroleum jelly for dry skin. Everybody used to do that. All of us used to go to school with shiny faces. Shiny faces with especially if you in a black household, if you had the petroleum jelly, that petroleum jelly had that face shiny. Epsom salt soaks, peppermint for hot warm crime presses. Woo, man, let me tell you, this is something else. Like I'm to really go back in my mind and think about the types of remedies is for real amazing, because a lot of this stuff is not necessarily passed down all the time, and we gotta do a better job as a group of people. We gotta do a better job. Hey, when we come back, I'm gonna talk to you about GPL-1's and our kids, our teenagers and GPL-1 and what's going on in our world with our teenagers when we come back on the Grapevine in the Truth radio station. We'll be back
I'm
in
Sherwin
3.
Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
Milwaukee, mark your calendars. Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Interested in volunteering? Visit truthfamilyfest.com or by emailing Sierra, CIERRA.brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and Ascension for helping make this event possible.
Milwaukee Black Talk lives here on 101.7 FM and 1510 AM, W269DL Milwaukee, and WGKB Waukesha.
They say I'm crazy, really don't care. That's my prerogative. They say I'm nasty, but I don't give a damn. Getting good is how I live. Some nasty questions. Why am I so real? But they don't understand me. Or really don't know what they are about.
Yes. Man, this was the song back in the day. Everybody's talking all about me now. Me live. Why? Man, welcome back to the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. I'm glad you in the building with me. We're picking some more grapes. We're on the award-winning The Truth 101.7 Radio. It's my prerogative. Yes, it is. What to do is my prerogative, man. It is my prerogative, and it's yours too. We getting busy today. Let me talk to you about something. Before we went to break, we talked about fasting. Ray had filled in for me, and it got me thinking. It got me thinking about how do you build healthy soil for a baby? Like when they're taking groceries away and all that, and you know who is doing that. We know who's doing that. Let me give it to you plain. Food assistance, SNAP, food stamps is down. Not in one state, not in the bad states. It's down in every single state. In Washington, D.C., nationally, it's doubled digits. It's down by 13% year over year. That means more than 4 million people have already lost SNAP. And a whole lot of them right now are children. Some states got hit like a truck, like a Mack truck. Arizona, their rolls fell by almost half. And for the first time, more people are showing up to the food bank every month than are enrolled in food stamps. It's the same story in Louisiana, Florida, Oklahoma. I'm telling y'all right here on the Grapevine right now that those lines are going to get longer and longer as we continue on into this game of cat and mouse with other countries. Because we're running low, not just on food, right? We're running low on resources to feed individuals because we are allocating our money elsewhere. SNAP, for people who aren't familiar, SNAP is used as a government assistance to help individuals who do not have the means to cover food expenses. It's made for that, to cover food expenses. So, and I want to kill this real quick. Let's kill this welfare queen image right here, right now on the Grapevine. Most grown folks on SNAP who can work, they do work. As a matter of fact, We lost 23,000 jobs last month in July. We lost 23,000 jobs. So that's 23,000 people in another month will be, if they haven't already, applied for governmental assistance. That's 23,000 people, let alone between today and last year, close to 1 million people, close to 1 million black people have lost their job, have lost their jobs. So those people, do we expect for them to ask for government assistance? Yes. And rightfully so. If they have lost their job, they're going to apply for, most of those people are going to apply for as many benefits as they possibly can. But a huge share of people that are actually losing the benefits are children. So you can't look me in the face and tell me that a hungry 7-year-old is gaming the system. You can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. You can miss me with all of that. A hungry 5-year-old is gaming the system. That's not how it works. We can't send a 5-year-old to work right now. We can't send a 7-year-old to work right now. We're not going to do that. We're not. We're just not. And now we have things like cyclosporiasis. It's in our food. They're getting rid of food. People are poisoning the food, poisoning the water, taking the fluoride out of the water. Got poisoning the lakes, poisoning the lakes. We got, rainwater plus sewage runoff from just 2 inches of rain. Like, we're being squozed, if that's a word. We're being squeezed to death. They're squeezing us, and they're still sending money to people outside of this nation. Wherever they're sending the money. They're sending money. Donald Trump said that he was sending $8 billion to some country outside of this country. You know, what can, my gosh, man, what can y'all do with $8 billion? 833-212-1017. What can you do with $8 billion? Let alone in this war, we're losing resources. We're losing resources, and we've got people who aren't even qualified. They're cutting SNAP. They're cutting it because there is a budget allocation. They're cutting the budget slashing, cutting the budget. Now check it. SNAP buys the greens, the eggs, the produce, the exact food we just said builds the soil for a baby. So in a state like Wisconsin, my state, your state, with some of the worst black maternal and infant deaths in America, they're cutting the food that makes a healthy baby possible. They're cutting that food. They're not allowing for young, healthy, or seemingly healthy moms at a chance of quality life because they're cutting these benefits and they're cutting them fast. Not only are they cutting benefits, but we have a lot of people that are in food apartheid areas. In Milwaukee, I'm gonna ask y'all a question because this is a diatribe a little bit. What are you doing? I'm asking not necessarily my elected officials, public officials, that's like a little bit. But Milwaukee, what are you doing to put pressure on the political agents in Milwaukee and letting them know that they need to act on Milwaukee being a food apartheid health emergency affected area. A healthy birth goes hand in hand with Milwaukee being a food apartheid, or what you may consider a food desert. It goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand. So if a lot of us, we're planning if you look at birthing, we plan the baby shower and the colors and all of that prior to even thinking about what that healthy baby's environment should look like. And at the very least, we're talking about a healthy environment, healthy bodily environment for the lady, the woman that is carrying this child. Because we don't want infant death to rise any other percentage points in Wisconsin, particularly in Milwaukee. So if they are cutting the food that makes a healthy baby possible, this is not a budget line. This is not a budget line. We are all affected. This is a decision about who gets to be well and who doesn't. This is a decision about who gets to be well and who doesn't. And it stacks. And it stacks even with $1 in your hand. You can't buy soil building food that isn't sold on your block. Soil building food meaning developing a proper environment for a woman that needs to have a healthy child. You can't buy soil building food that isn't sold on your block. Now, that's not just a food desert, right? That's a system that has no thought of you and mine. And it's an outrage, a complete outrage. When we come back, we're going to continue on this food apartheid, having healthy baby run, and we're going to see what you think. How do we have healthy babies in a environment, in a government that wants to take away your benefits? When we come back on the Grapevine, I'm your host, Manan Sabir.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Yi Lang Zhang was born in Warsaw, the son of refugees who fled communism in search of freedom. His parents taught him that freedom comes with responsibility. And for Yi, that means being accountable to every person he serves. School board treasurer, county supervisor, village trustee, a nonprofit leader. Yi Lang Zhang has managed multi-million-dollar taxpayer budgets at every level. And now, he's ready to be a watchdog for Wisconsin. That's why Yi is endorsed by Senator Tammy Baldwin. Baldwin says Yi brings, quote, real budget experience from the school board, the county board, and the nonprofit world. She says he'll, quote, protect our school trust funds, return unclaimed money to families who earned it, and bring accountability to an office that demands it. Yi Lang Zhang for State Treasurer, a watchdog for your money.
Paid for by Yi for Wisconsin.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Yes, will not be televised. Revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. You're on the Grapevine, and the revolution, I think, to opposite, the antithesis to Gil Scott, and he's probably right. I think he is right. The revolution is being televised, and we right here. You're being revolutionary right here on the award-winning Truth 101.7, and you tapped in with me on the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. We picking some more grapes. We are picking some more grapes today, baby. I'm excited that we picking some grapes. But looking to discover and support local businesses in our community, then make sure you tune in every Friday, 8 a.m. to Truth in the Morning with Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman for What the Business Is, powered by We Energies. Each week, you'll hear from local business owners as they share what their business is, where they're located, and one valuable lesson they've learned along the way. We Energies is proud to help power local businesses and the communities they serve. Don't miss What the Business Is every Friday at 8 a.m. only on Truth in the Morning with Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Now, before we went to break, guess what? We were talking about the health of our babies, being snapped away by our government. And also, how do we combat it? We got Black maternal and infant death numbers rising in America. More and more women are not producing, they're not having healthy pregnancies. And now they say we're going to take SNAP away. Not to say all women are on SNAP, but they are definitely, they're not putting jobs on the market anymore. Jobs are still being taken away. 23,000 jobs just in July. Black women had close to 300,000 jobs taken away. And also, Black men had 500,000 jobs taken away, taken out of their hands. For America to turn around and fund a war. In which this morning, Iran said they're not going to negotiate with America until January 1st of 2029. Zach, you hear that? Iran said they're not going to negotiate with America until Donald Trump is out of office. Foul.
That sounds like a good thing.
Hey, listen. It's crazy. It's wild. I I'm just, it's really, really not the best route that we're taking right now. It's not the best route we're taking. It's not the best route. Then there's already in the ground black children in Wisconsin about 4 times more likely to have lead poisoning. More likely to have lead poisoning. Lead touches fertility, pregnancy, a whole child's development. That's a preconception issue also. So it's no accident which neighborhoods got the old pipes and the old paint. Redlining drew the map. The pipes just followed the lines. So let's total it up. Let's total it up. They took the food. They built the deserts. Really, they built the apartheid. They left the poison. And then they've got the nerve to lecture us about personal responsibility. Personal responsibility, and we all know, is a beautiful thing. Right up until you find out somebody chose all of this for you before you were even born. But I want y'all to hear me out. We don't necessarily have to live in despair on this show. Here's what's in your hands today. Here is what is in your hands today. The pantries that are stocked. WIC, if you are expecting. Community gardens right here in this city. Filtering your water. Get your home tested. The foods that help your body carry a load it didn't ask for. We adopt. We always have. We adapt. We always have. We always have. We ain't scared. We ain't never scared. Where my lyrics at? Where my lyricists at? We ain't scared. We ain't never scared at all. So, yes, we ain't scared. We ain't never scared. I wanna put y'all on to something though. I want to put you guys on to something before we even, go to another topic. We're gonna put you on to our chat. Welcome back to our chat, our YouTube chat. Real quick, before we get on to something else. Let's see. Let's go to Baybar. Baybar said, what's your grocery bill? My grocery bill usually, there's another thing. Usually my grocery bill, if I go to a specific place called TJ's, TJ's usually will have my groceries. I usually buy 7 items. 7 items will give me $37 worth of groceries, which is not supposed to give me $37 worth of groceries. It's really supposed to give me $17. But with inflation, it has cost me a little more. So about $37 every couple of days, probably a little more. Every couple of, every 3 days. So I should be all right. But that's the piece. That is my headline. That is my headline. So yes, that's my piece de resistance. What's my grocery bill? You already know it. $37. That Diddy debacle, that's crazy. Says violence and vulgarity in hip hop, the objectification and validation from R&B. Seriously, tell a friend to tell a friend who knows somebody. Fungus under scalp's dark web. Very interesting, that Diddy debacle. That's very interesting. But right now, I want to talk to y'all about something. Elders, we gotta do some things, because our kids are really, really losing it. Our kids are losing the fight. Our kids are losing the fight. Y'all need to know and realize that this is a very, very serious article. Y'all have to tune in. There's a piece that came out this morning. Bloomberg, a teenage girl, 17 years old, describes how these weight loss injections, this came out in Bloomberg, how these weight loss injections, the GPL-1's, the ones everybody and their mama's on now, took over everything. Her friends, the lunchroom, the red carpet, but mostly her phone. She said she could barely open an app without being buried in before and after pictures and models telling her sometimes effort alone isn't enough. And some of those quote unquote perfect bodies might not even be real. There's a lot of AI generated models on Instagram that y'all think that those pictures are real. I think the statistic is like 30% or something crazy of pictures that you see filtered and also the ones that are real, the ones that are real are filtered, but there's a lot of them that are not real. There's so many pages. It's the new real estate that we are allowing our kids to just, I say that lightly, allowing our kids, because some parents are really good parents and you're doing what you're supposed to do. But the moment that your child sees that body is something that she champions, that body might not be real. It might be AI, that a computer took something out of its own algorithm and put all these algorithms and made a face that doesn't exist, made a body that doesn't exist in real life, made an actual person that doesn't exist, and told a little girl that she was falling short of the body that it created. She says that flood is where her eating disorder began. In this article, you can look this up on Bloomberg, teenage girl, and who profits? Who profits from this? From a little girl telling from the computer, the social media piece is telling a little girl she was falling short of her being an actual beautiful, whatever model. She says that that's where her eating disorder began. And so many of our kids are being triggered by this. Not only are our kids being triggered by this, we got grown task adults. We got grown adults that are being triggered by this. Wearing, what do they call them? The little girdles, the joints, whatever, the zip tie your waist up to your bed, all of that. And we got little girls following in these folks' footsteps. When we come back, we're going to ask who profits from this. You're on the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. We'll be back in 3.
Educators Credit Union is more than a place to manage your money. They're where your financial possibilities take shape. They're more than transactions. They're conversations about your financial goals. More than numbers, they're community advocates who support free, local events that are accessible to all. They foster community because we are stronger together. Educators Credit Union is people helping people. Become a member at ECU.com. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkuprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Every day, Veolia and MMSD work together to ensure that Milwaukee's water system exceeds the high standard it's held to, protecting Lake Michigan and its rivers that run through our neighborhoods. That's 220 local employees who care about their jobs, running a system that's earned national recognition for excellent performance. But they don't do it alone. They're supported by locally owned small businesses, women-owned businesses, and minority-owned businesses. For 18 years, making our waterways cleaner all the time. Veolia, Milwaukee values, committed to its future.
Milwaukee, mark your calendars. Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. It's free and fun for the entire family, featuring great music, community resources, family activities, and back-to-school support to help students get ready for a successful school year. Interested in volunteering? Visit truthfamilyfest.com or by emailing Sierra, CIERRA.brown@MilwaukeeBlackMedia.com. Bring the whole family and experience one of Milwaukee's favorite community celebrations. Truth Family Fest, Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and Ascension for helping make this event possible.
101.7 FM, The Truth.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Essence Ventures, which owns Essence Magazine, is making a strategic investment in Offscript Worldwide. That's the company that owns black-focused media brand Revolt. The move brings together two brands that are trusted and resonate with black audiences. Richelieu Dennis is founder and chair of Essence parent Sundial and spoke to Bloomberg about why his group targeted Revolt.
As we look out beyond sort of what's happening in the next 12 months, 18 months, but looking out to say, okay, what we need to have 50 years from now, what can be relevant 50 years from now, what can drive economic value 50 years from now, as well as cultural value and heritage. Revolt stands out, and what they're doing at Offscript, we love.
Essence is a mature brand that's been around for decades, but Revolt is fairly new and appeals to a younger audience. Dennis believes bridging them together could unlock new opportunities. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Welcome back to the Grapevine on the award-winning The Truth 101.7. And I hope you guys are aiming to go to the Truth Family Fest. Truth Family Fest, Milwaukee, you got to mark your calendars. You better mark your calendars. Join us for the Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Riverside University High School. It's free. It's free. It's free and fun for the entire family. We got great music, community resources, family activities, and back-to-school support to help students get ready for a successful school year. If you're interested in volunteering, visit the Truth Family website at truthfamilyfest.com to complete the volunteer form or by emailing sierra.brown@milwaukeeblackmedia.com. Bring the whole family out and experience one of Milwaukee's favorite community celebrations. You know how we do, y'all. We have great parties and great celebrations. Bring the entire family out to True Family Fest, Saturday, August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And special thanks to Educators Credit Union, American Family Insurance, Milwaukee Public Schools, Artists Working in Education, City of Milwaukee, DCWS, AB Corcor, and Extension. Thank you guys for aiming to come out to the True Family Fest. So let me ask you a question. Before we went to break, we were talking about the GPL-1 and our kids having, wow. I'm going to ask you a question. When a 14-year-old opens up TikTok, Instagram, feeling perfectly normal, and then closes it, and now they believe after they close it, their body needs a prescription. Who made money during that scroll? Who made money during that scroll? When your child opens up social media and they believe that they are perfect, how you created them, then when they close the social media app, they go run to wherever they need to go, and they change who they are. They change their perception. They change their outwardly appearance because of what? Because of somebody else's machination of how that child should look, of how you should look, of how you should look. It's very interesting. Who profits from this? The girl in the article, there was a Bloomberg article. It was a Bloomberg article about young kids and taking GLP-1s. My question is, in the article, the computer drew a body that doesn't exist and told a little girl that she was falling short of it. She says that the flood is where her eating order began. So my question is, and she's not one girl, whistleblowers inside these tech companies have shown the internal research. They knew their platforms were wrecking teenage girls. But my question is, who is profiting? Because they set the scale. They set the scale up. And they knew that the math was going to be real ugly. They knew that the math was going to be ugly. They reckoned teenage little girls' body image. They kept pushing it anyway. They kept going and going and going and going and going. There was a fight recently in Milwaukee, a highly publicized fight on Facebook, and it was based around somebody telling another person that they was ugly. That they were ugly. And then the fight got uglier. How do we where do the scales stop? Where does morality start? Where does morality start? They're allowing us to do what? They're allowing us to just keep on going. We're allowing them to keep on going. Where do we stop? Where do we get off the train tracks? This train got to stop somewhere. The only thing that these companies care about is if you stop scrolling. If you stop scrolling, and nothing keeps a young girl scrolling like telling her she's not enough. That's the tricknology. That is the tricknology. It's the same business model we've been on for all the time, this whole time. Insurance profits when you're denied. The grocery gap profits when you're hungry. And now the phone and drug companies profit when your baby girl hates her own reflection. When she goes to social media for validation. When she takes that picture, she will scroll back, open the app, scroll back until she finds more validation for herself. And they basically monetized a mirror. A mirror. They basically monetized this. And my sisters, I need y'all to hear this part because it's the lie that gets our girls hurt. There's a myth. There's a myth out there that eating disorders are a white girl thing. And that's completely false. We do have girls in the black community getting access to GLP-1s. And it's only going to grow. And it's going to be out of control. Now, I'm not saying that GLP-1s don't help. What I'm saying is the mentality of the young girls when they have access to these GLP-1s, their psyches are not developed enough in order for them to handle the response and responsibilities of GLP-1s. They don't, their bodies and their minds are not developed enough to handle the responsibilities of being on social media apps that tell them they are not beautiful enough. That's your job as a parent. That is your job as a parent, to tell your child that she is beautiful enough, that he's running fast enough. That's your job as a parent. But our daughters, saying that our daughters don't get anorexia, don't get bulimia, that's completely false. Black girls struggle with this just as much, and they are less likely to get diagnosed, less likely to get sent for help, because everybody's looking the other way. Everybody's looking the other way. Everybody. They're less likely to be sent for help. We got parents who will say, not my baby, not my baby, not our culture, not my black baby. She good just the way she is. And secretly she giving herself the GLP-1 shot or the pill. They got the pill out now. The blind spot is dangerous. Those are the blind spots. Our girls have been drowning quietly because we were told to watch for a face that doesn't look like theirs. Sephora is winning. Sephora and Sheeny, whatever that company's name is, they're winning. They are winning the race. And if you've never been to China, please skip a few weekends at the club, the cigar bar, wherever you at, and take your little self to China. And you will find out what type of industry you are in. The system is playing you. The system is completely playing you. Our babies, you have to help our babies wake up. Straight up. When we come back, we're going to continue on our babies. We're going to continue on our babies because we need to finish this. I need to talk to you about this, about how our babies are being preyed upon by social media companies and who's profiting. When we come back, we'll be back in 3.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress,
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. Improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to health care and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Yes, welcome back. I'm your host, Manan Severe of the Grapevine, and you're on the award-winning Truth 101.7 Radio. And let me ask you a question. What if I told you that your child is a part of the algorithm? Your child is a part of the algorithm. Our daughters, especially, are a part of the algorithm. I think right before our break, I was talking about how our children are being preyed upon by companies like some of the GPL-1 companies, some of the weight loss companies. And there was an article that came out in Bloomberg that told the story of a young teenage girl, 17 years old, describing how these weight loss injections, the GPL-1's, were affecting her and her friends. Very, very interesting story. But she's just not one girl. It's whistleblowers inside the tech companies. They actually showed the internal research of what's happening to our girls. This is very, very interesting. This is a blind spot that we're not shining a light on. Look at the whipsaw that they put on us. Our ancestors said, get fuller. You're getting ready. Like they're telling us, our ancestors are telling us to eat. When you went to your grandmother's house, she said you was getting skinny. She would feed you, but she would feed you some really, really good food. Some really good food. Not to say that you should be overweight or anything, but she was saying like you put on some weight because that's what our ancestors are the people that became before us would tell us these things because they know that this is their way of caring for you to be healthy. For you to be healthy, they would feed you as much as they possibly can. So both are strangers. Both of these right now are strangers. Both of these are strangers. The room, the phone's room, like the actual, social media, they say shrink, disappear, and inject. And then the real circle of women are telling this young girl, you're enough. You are good. You do not have to weigh yourself every however many minutes. You don't have to do that. Whatever is on your plate, whatever is in your mind, Keep that in your mind. You don't have to mirror the people. You don't have to mirror the people that are in social media. Majority of the time, it is fake. And we're allowing our children to follow the fake news. Literally. So here's your homework on this. Here's your homework on this. I want y'all to know what's on your child's feed. That algorithm is not neutral. It is not your friend. So if you can, sit with your child, scroll with her, ask her what she's seeing. Number 2, teach her the magic words. Teach her these magic words that might be AI. And show her, you could actually go to some of these sites, an AI site, and create their own image and then put it on a site. And you can show her how this all works. And that for them might be the before and after drug that they're hiding. Media literacy is straight armor. Number 3, and this is a hard one. This is hard. This one's hard. Stop commenting. Stop helping the child understand how you judge someone else's body at any table, period. In the car, wherever. Do not allow yourself to be in an environment where other people are judging other people, and also you are judging other people, whether you are judging people based upon their height, their weight, what they have on, who they look like, how they are, what character they're portraying. Your goal is not to allow that to happen, because that mirror will be reflected in your children. That mirror will be reflected in your children. Hers, yours, the lady on TV. She's listening. Your little girl right now that's scrolling is listening to what? Is listening to what? Is listening to you. That little girl is listening to you. So you have to do what? You got to give her the proper love and less judgment, so she can reflect her worth back. That's it. That's it. For you as a parent, you can be her fattening room. You can be her fattening room. That's the love part, not the pressure part. And 5, if her relationship with food or her body or her mood starts to shift, don't wait. Don't wait. Do not tell yourself, not my kid. Nah, and a lot of us, for real, we deny the fact that our children are spiraling out of control when they're on social media. They're on social media over and over again. They said 46, almost 50% of children now, especially black kids, 53% of black children are what? 53% of black children are on their social media apps every day for longer than 8 hours a day. 53% of black children are on social media apps. So if this is hitting close to your home for your daughter, if I'm honest, for you, there is and I looked up a number. There's a number. A National Alliance for Eating Disorder has a helpline run by real licensed therapists. I need y'all to write it down. 866-662-1235. 866-662-1235. They got it going on right now, weekdays. Or you can call or text 988 if your daughter and or you are having problems with eating disorders. These companies are made to profit from you. The GLP-1s, if they are being abused by your child, you make sure you reach out to those that accompany that. Now, after all that talk about what not to let our girls do and how to direct their heads, I want to talk about what's on our plates real quick before we get out of here. And this is my lane. Herbs, juices, real nourishment. Whenever you are at home and you have some extra fruit, because all of us have this extra fruit, especially in the summertime, head over to your ice box, take out some ice, get a couple bananas. You got a couple bananas. Get some bananas. Put that in your blender. Take some, I don't know, it's very easy. Some dates. Get some dates. Maybe honey. Honey's good. Get you an orange. Put that in there. Squeeze that honey on. Blend that up. And make you some real life nourishing smoothies for you and your family. That is as simple as that. Make some real life nourishing juices, smoothies for your family, and have some fun with it. When I say take care of your health, health is wealth, I really mean it. I've had a lot of conversations lately about people juicing, people getting in shape. It's time. So join me Wednesday, because we're going to discuss some more about fasting, and then we're going to do a little grapevine fast, see what we do. Coming up next, we got Jazz Tyler. So you got to tap in with Jazz. Do not go anywhere. You're on the award-winning The Truth 101.7. I'm your host, Manan Sabir, the Grapevine. I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Stay tuned.